21 years ago today, on January 11, 2002, the U.S. government opened the Guantanamo Bay Detention Center for use in the so-called War on Terror. Since then, 779 human beings have been detained there, all of them Muslim men and boys. Since then, 9 have died in the prison. Today, hundreds have been released. However, 35 men, represented behind me, remain detained indefinitely by the United States government. Of those remaining, most have never been charged with a crime. Several have been cleared for transfer by all relevant agencies, but are still imprisoned. Many of the detainees are victims of US-sponsored torture, and all have had their human rights violated within the prison.
When we talk about closing Guantanamo, we're asking for something more than that. It is about justice. We know that justice in its truest form would be to never have experienced the injustice in the first place. But faced with this predicament, justice is about closing Guantanamo, and not just closing it, abolishing it. Because we know, for example, that the Biden administration continues to threaten Haitian migrants to the prison, right? And it has earned its reputation as a place of lawlessness, as a place where you send people you want to disregard and discard and put them out of sight, out of mind.
Amnesty International has called Guantanamo the gulag of our time. The International Committee of the Red Cross has described the treatment of prisoners at Guantanamo as tantamount to torture. Major newspaper editorials refer to Guantanamo as a legal black hole. And leaders in every corner of the globe have denounced Guantanamo. Now we're here today to try and bring justice to those who have survived Guantanamo and to those prisoners who remain in Guantanamo. But I'm here also today to remember the 9 prisoners who died at Guantanamo. And I'd like to read their names. Abdul Razak Hikmati, Awal Gul, Bani Shaman Al-Utaybi,
Present.
Yasser Talal Al-Zahrani, Salah Ahmed Al-Salami, also known as Ali Abdullah Ahmed,
Present.
Abdul Rahman Ma'ath Dafed Al-Amri,
Present.
Muhammad Ahmed Abdullah Saleh Al-Hanashi,
Present.
Adnan Farhan Abdul Latif, also known as Alal Al-Jalil Al-Rahman,
Present.
and Haji Nasim, also known as Inayatullah.
Present.
9 prisoners have died at Guantanamo, 7 reportedly by suicide. All were being held indefinitely without charge.
1. Uthman Abdurrahim Muhammad Uthman. 2. Mu'ath Al-Alwi. 3. Rida Al-Ghazidi. 4. Ali Hamza Al-Bahlul. 5. Khalid Qasim. 6. Mu'in Abdul Sattar. 7. Suhail Al-Sharabi. 8. Ghassan Al-Sharbi. 9. Abdul Razik Ali. 10. Ismail Al-Bakush. 11. Saeed Saleh Saeed Nashir. 12. Tawfiq Al-Bihani. 13. Omar Al-Rama. 14. Sanad Al-Khazimi. 15. Hassan bin Atash. 16. Abdu Ali Sharqawi. 17. Abdul Rahim Ghulam Rabani. 18. Muhammad Ghulam Rabbani. 19 Abdussalam Al-Hala. 20 Mustafa Al-Hawasawi. 21 Ramzi bin Al-Shiba. 22 Walid bin Atash. 23 Abdul Rahim Al-Nashiri. 24 Abu Zubaydah. 25 Abu Faraj Al-Libi. 26 Ammar Al-Baluchi. 27 Ridwan Ismauddin. 28 Majid Khan. 29 Muhsin Sharif bin Amin. 30 Muhammad bin Lab. 31 Ulad Hassan Duran. 32 Khalid Sheikh Muhammad. 33 Muhammad Abdul Malik. 34 Abd al-Hadi al-Iraqi. 35 Muhammad Rahim.
Muslim brothers, you do not walk alone.
You're not alone.
We will walk with you and sing your spirit home. All right, witnesses, thank you so much. We're going to spread out now and grab some of these other banners. Can some people in the back, you can take your hoods off for a moment to grab some signs and some of these other banners. Thank you.
Even if there are men there who had, committed some sort of a crime, who had been designated by this government as terrorists, it is important to call attention to the fact that our government is torturing people in Guantanamo Bay. Our government is waterboarding people, is putting them in prolonged stress positions, is defiling their spirituality and their spiritual practices.
You who want to give up signs, we'll take them.
I think it really puts the lie to the idea that this is a democracy, that that the United States cares about human rights.
So we won't be able to deliver anything.
Oh, how come? We can't go in? If I take this off, can I go in?
I mean, you won't be able to get any further than the front desk without an appointment or anything set for it. They may not even, it's probably likely they're not here anyway.
We can leave it with the front desk.
Front desk is
No, they're not going to accept anything from the front desk. They don't accept anything.
Oh.
They won't even accept people delivering food.
Interesting journalism. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, if you guys are trying to protest, how long are you going to be here?
We just wanted to deliver this.
Oh, yeah.
We were over Lafayette Square. Can I go in and ask him? Is this been rejected?
You want to go in? I can tell you what, I can call his security to come down. He can tell you the same thing. But.
Oh no, I was just wondering if I could talk to the people at the head desk and get them to reject me. Yeah, they'll say no to me. He doesn't.
They're not going to. They don't. They don't take. They won't accept anything.
This is a private owned property.
Yeah, we just wanted to deliver this.
Yeah, you can protest outside.
No, he wants to deliver, but I was just telling them they won't.
Could you call the reporter now?
You work for the Washington Post?
I'm sorry.
Could you get this to Dan's app?
I'm sorry. If you're going to protest and express yourselves, please, we just ask you to stay 3 feet from the entrance yourself, closer to the curb to speak. That's all we need to do.
It may not have to be across the street. It's a public sidewalk.
You have every right to do the protest.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Express
they're not
whatever
going to
you
shut
have
me
in every street.
Public sidewalk, you don't own the sidewalk.
You have to go
Oh, he
online
said that.
or go
Oh, we did.
find
Oh, we did.
contact
We're
person,
pretty
whatever
3 feet away. All right.
And then he could give us permission.
I cannot determine that. I really can't say that. Yes or no. I'm sorry, I really can't confirm that for you. I'm sorry.
So just like to pass this on.
I'm sorry, sir. I cannot just have anything.
He said if we contacted Dan, and then maybe they gave us permission.
I'll leave it on the wall.
You
work here?
Yeah. Okay.
You work here?
Unfortunately, I'm sorry, that's how it works.
I mean, I certainly respect the sense of what the options are and the choices. It just seems like it's a simple thing to drop something off. It's like a piece of cardboard.
But they don't accept it.
No, I got it.
That's like letters.
No interest in human rights.
One of our members of Witness Against Torture, Tom Casey here, was inspired to come to the Washington Post because they've been done insufficient and very minimal coverage of the continuing that Guantanamo prison continues to be opened and not closed, whereas Barack Obama had promised it and President Biden. So news media like the Washington Post need to make this a prominent issue, and they haven't. And so we came here to give them this poster that was made up that gives a detailed account of what's happened in Guantanamo, such that 779 men have been imprisoned there, and at least 98.5% were innocent, meaning they actually were never charged and released. And then basically they were taken on by bounty hunters given to the U.S. And had never done anything. And so today there's 35 men remaining, and 20 of them actually are cleared for release, so they should be going home. But some of them have been cleared for release over 10 years, and that 3 currently are not charged with any evidence, 10 charged, but their guilt is uncertain. Why? Because they were actually tortured into the evidence. And then 2 have been convicted. Usually they plea deal to have get out earlier, but even those who have pleaded their case actually haven't been released. 9 actually have died while they were imprisoned there, and 30 have actually died after they got released because of inadequate support. So that's the primary. We came here to get the Washington Post to cover and make this a prominent issue because it seems to be such a representation of the failure of our president and our Congress to close Guantanamo, and the media is a part of the process of doing it.
So it sounded like you guys were trying to contact someone specific. Is that a reporter who's worked on this issue within the building?
Yeah, Tom Casey had somebody he thought in mind would be a good case, the person to do that. And then we tried to offer it to the security. Security apparently feels not even able to take a cardboard paper to pass on to someone. So,
now, do you feel like that's probably likely due to general policies of the building and the Post, or do you feel like it's targeted at your group?
Probably it's their general principles. The problem is general principles suggest that they have no ability to interact with the person on the street, that there's a whole slew of barriers that they create that keep us from that.